So welcome back. We are still at the snuggling, the snuggler thing. That's a little snuggling thing for the kids for a 0 to 3 months old snuggle outfit. So it is from our pattern book. I'm not very happy with this pattern at this very moment. It looks very, very big and flimsy, but the fronts are done and today we're going to do the back. So the back, you start with the back is you work right front and then you work left. Both the legs part, you work until the hashtags. And the hashtags are going down to until you are starting to build up the leg body part. So I'm going to do that off screen. So basically until the 32nd row on the left front and then reverse on the right front. And then I'll come back to you. So you take your needles, your wool, and let's get onto it. Now I have done both of the legs parts. Now this needle is too small, but I couldn't find, I'm going to change it to cable needle in one point of the work. I found the cable needle, but it's too big. It's not the 3.75. So I'm gonna go look for it. But as right now, we need to grow it. So we are done both of them to row 32. And now we're gonna go to row 33. And like I said, it's already slipping off. Hang on. Row 39. We are going to knit 2 together at the beginning. You're going to knit to the last 2 stitches and you knit the last 2 stitches together as well, and you keep going in stocking stitch until row 51. Row 51, again you're going to knit 2 together, the beginning of the row, knit across, and the last 2 stitches you knit 2 together again. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to come back to you on row 63 to repeat it. Row 65, knit 2 together and knit to the end. The last 2 stitches, knit 2 together. And keep going until row 63, sorry, yeah, 75, until row 75, that's 63, sorry. Row 75, we are going to knit 2 together, knit to the end, and last 2 stitches you knit together again. And we keep going to the stocking stitch until row 87. Row 87, sorry. Row 87, you knit 2 together, knit to the end, and you knit the last 2 stitches together. And this is our last row of decrease. Now we have another 7 rows in stocking stitch, and then we start to shape our arms. So we're gonna come back at end of row 94 before we start to shape our arms. It's not armholes, arms. So I've done now 94 rows, and now we are starting to actually shape the arms. So from row 95 to 128, we are going to cast on 2 stitches in both start of the each row until you can also go 128 or 155 stitches on the needle. So you cast on 2, 1, 2, and you will knit to the end. You turn your work around, you cast on 2, and you work to the end. And you are going to do that for another 33 rows until you have 155 stitches on your needle. So I'm going to come back. I'm not going to record that, but I'm going to come back on when I have 150, end of the 128th row, when I have 155 stitches. So I have done now 128 rows. 128 rows, yeah, and I have 155 stitches on the needle. Now I was saying that I'm going to look for a gable needle. I found it, it's in the project, so I can't use it, but this is really it's really tight here, and I have to keep going with it, so I don't have a really choice. Anyways, you are going to keep going now for stocking stitch 4. Let me see, I think it is about 13 rows. 29, 30, that's 2 to 40. It's 14 rows. So we're gonna keep going in stocking stitch to grow the arm. And then we are starting to shape the shoulder, shape the neck, shape the shoulder, and then start to shape the neck. In the middle of it as well, and then we're actually done with it. Yeah, we need a spare needle for the neck. The neck is literally, we are going to put stitches on a separate needle. Yep. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna keep going now with shaping of the arms, and then I'll come back to you when I'm on end of 142 second row. So I have now done that growth, and I am ready to start to shape the shoulders. So for next, that is 17 rows, 18 rows, sorry. I'm going to cast off 3 stitches on each end. So there has been addition arriving to the bed in the meantime. In the meantime, though, I have finished now growing the arm, and I'm starting to shape the shoulders. So to shape the shoulders for the next 18 rows, from 143rd to 160th row, I'm going to cast on 3 stitches of each beginning of the row and work into the end. And that is until we have 101 stitches left, and that is for shaping our shoulders. So 1, 2, and 3, literally that's it. And then we're going to knit to the end, and we keep going in a stocking stitch. So purl, knit, to purl, and we are going to cast off on purl wise on a purl row and knit wise on a knit row. And we keep going, yeah, on 160th row, or when we have 101, 101 stitches left on the needle. So I'll come back to you when I've done that and we're starting to shape the neck and then the shoulder bands. So now it's time. I've done that. We have shaped the shoulders. I am not very happy with this because I know already that this arm seems so much smaller. So I hope it will start to make sense when I start to stitch it up and on the finishing. So it just seems very confusing at this very moment. So I've done the shaping the shoulders and now I have to shape the neckline. So it says to me to point off 7. Okay, so we are going to bind or cast off 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you knit 31. And now you cast off 25. So 1, 2, 3. I turn on the light here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, and we're going to knit to the end. Okay, and now we have shaped the neck. Okay, now you turn the work around and we are going to finish on one side first and then we're going to do the other row, other side. So we're going to keep going. We are going to turn the work around, purl, cast off 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, sorry now. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you work to the end in stocking stitch. So we purl to the end. Now we turn our work around. Okay. We are going to cast off 5 stitches at the beginning of the neckline. So we do 4, 5, and you knit to the end. Now turn your work around, 164th row, you cast off 7 stitches and you work the purl down to the last 2 stitches. So we're going to cast off. Now you decrease 1 stitch at the beginning and you worked knit to the end. You should have now 17 stitches on the needle. The next row, we are going to cast on another 7 stitches. We should have 10 left. So yeah, I'm just a little confused because it doesn't say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. To bind off the back shoulder, 2, 4, 6, 8. Don't want too much. So it's a little confusing. I'm not really sure. It doesn't say to cast off the stitches. So I'm not, but when we are looking at the finishing, it doesn't also say there. It says in a hood to pick up the stitches, but it just leaves those 10 stitches. So I'm going to leave those 10 stitches a little bit up above the ear at the moment, and we'll see when we get to the finishing. I'm gonna leave a long enough here, so because it seems like in both sides that we are going to be leaving them open for it. Now I'm going to cast on, so I'm going to go to the other side now, casting off 5 stitches at the beginning of the purl row. We do the 163rd row, but in a little bit in reverse, so it's just a so it's a neck edge, so we are going to cast off 5 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are going to purl to the end. So it is a little bit more confusing here. So we'll see how we get on. So 164th row, we're cast on 7 stitches, and we should have 8. Yeah, 1. And we're going to knit to the end, knit to the last 2 stitches and stitch 2 together. You turn your work around, decrease 1 stitch, so purl 2 together and purl to the end. You have 17 stitches left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, cast off 7, and I presume leave the 10 to a spare needle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, gone way too much. So we have 8 and 7. And I'm gonna cut it out, and this is our back done. I'm gonna show it to you now. I'm just going to be shuffling it over here so I can actually show it to you what is happening. So this is how my back is now looking. It's massive. It is pretty big. You could easily put at least 3 to 6 months and a big baby in it, but at the moment it looks big. We'll see how when we assemble it to put together. Now I'm looking at these, but I know there is a hand flaps coming over it. We'll see how that works out. They look much thinner than the ones what are for the left and front side. And the back, I'm not really sure, because I'm really sure when I'm looking at the right front, you have thin stitches and you are going to cast off the last 10 stitches, but on the pattern here it says nothing about it. Like if it says here cast point off those 10 stitches, then down here it actually says nothing. It says to, so I'm not really sure. Okay, that is a huge piece. So I've now currently done the back. I'm going to post a video now. It took me only 4 days. It's been a very, very long week. My hair is a bit of a whoo. Next, we are going to do the hand flaps. They should be very quick and easy. I think we are also using, I'm just going to read it through, and then we're going to do the edging, and then we're going to do the hood, and then we're going to add everything together. So I hope to kind of get today done the 2 hand flaps, the hood and the edging. Yeah, the edging is actually 4 hand flaps, and I presume that you do the different neck edge around the garment you do when you're finishing it. So we're gonna go get there. That's my little guy there who is trying to, knows that he shouldn't be on the videos anyways, but he has no boundaries. How old are you? 5. So yeah, I'm going to work with the hand flaps next, and I hope to chat to you soon. Join me for the next video. Bye.